Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into a truly chilling case from South Korea, the Mascan gang.
Yeah, it's more than just a crime story, isn't it? It really digs into the darker side of societal pressures.
Exactly. It gives this stark view of extreme consequences. So we're going to unpack the layers here, their twisted motives, the horrific things they did, and the impact it left.
And it's quite revealing about how certain ideologies can form, especially from perceived injustice. It's a disturbing look for sure.
Our sources are a collection of detailed accounts, so we're piecing it together from those. Let's start back in 1994. Seoul.
Okay.
You got Police Chief Pyeong-cheol reading the news. A prominent couple, factory owners, they're missing. It's a big story.
Right.
Then, September 16th, a woman, Jiang-su, walks into the police station. And she looks rough. Covered in scratches, bruises, exhausted, terrified. And she's talking erratically. About a kidnapping gang, murder.
And wasn't there something else, something really strange?
Yeah. She mentioned people eating rich people. Cannibalism.
Wow. Okay, so Chief Go must have been skeptical. That sounds unbelievable.
Completely. His first thought was, we need a drug test. You can understand why. It sounds completely unhinged.
Absolutely. Claims like that, you need something solid. Cannibalism isn't exactly your typical Tuesday report.
But then, the turning point. She passed the drug test.
Okay, so not drugs.
And crucially, she described the missing factory owners perfectly. Details that matched the case files, the widely reported stuff.
So that validated her story, made them believe her.
Completely.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. She herself had been missing for a whole year.
A year? Wow. So the police finally believe her story. What happens next?
They act fast, immediately. Spent the next 2 days just gathering everything they could from her. Clues, details.
Trying to pinpoint the gang's hideout based on what she remembered.
Exactly. So where was this hideout?
Well, based on her account, they figured it was in a pretty remote rural area, about 5 hours out from Seoul.
Isolated, quiet fields, forests, not many houses around. Sounds like the perfect place to hide something awful.
And Jiang-su warned them too, didn't she?
She did. Said the gang was heavily armed. Guns, even bombs.
Which raises the question, what was going on in South Korea back then, in the 90s? That might have, brewed this kind of extremism.
That's a crucial piece. You have to look at the societal backdrop. Since the 50s, really, there'd been this severe income inequality.
Right, wealth concentrated in just a few hands, business opportunities, same thing.
And it really showed up in education, creating this rigid social structure. Moving up was incredibly hard for a lot of people.
Yeah, that frustration, that feeling of unfairness, it was definitely simmering. You see echoes of it even today, right? Like in that movie Parasite.
Exactly, a modern take on those deep-seated issues. So against that backdrop, you get the founders of this gang. Ki-hwan, Kim Han-yang, Moon Sang-rak.
Tell us about them. What drove them specifically?
Ki-hwan, he was 27, a laborer. He felt the system was rigged against him personally. His own financial struggles convinced him he couldn't get ahead.
And that personal anger became the core of their ideology. He teamed up with Kim Han-yang, 23, a student, and Moon Sang-rak, also 23.
They call themselves the Mascan gang, the name itself.
Yeah, Mascan apparently derived from a word meaning high-ranking or privileged. It was meant as an insult, a middle finger to the elite they hated.
And their rules were just chilling.
Extremely. Rule 1, hate the rich, simple, brutal.
Rule 2, traitors will be killed, no exceptions.
And Rule 3, which is really disturbing, never trust women, not even your own mother.
That hints at something deeper, maybe misogyny, or just trying to break every single normal human bond.
It's common in cult-like groups, that isolation tactic. Their mission was terrifyingly clear, though.
Kidnap, torture, ransom, murder, specifically targeting the rich.
And they didn't just keep it to themselves, did they? They recruited.
Yeah, they pulled in other disillusioned young people from their rural area. People who felt left behind, angry.
How did they fund all this? The weapons, the hideout?
Initially, they worked at a waste incineration plant in Daejeon. And petty theft.
Right. And the training. It wasn't casual.
Not at all. They practiced criminal techniques, did hard forest treks, climbed Jurisan Mountain, the second highest in South Korea, building endurance.
And the arsenal they built up. It was serious hardware. Pistols, rifles, hunting knives, even machine guns and bombs, all from the black market.
They were preparing for a war, their own twisted war.
So the stage was set. When did they commit their first murder?
July 18th, 1993. The victim wasn't rich, though. A 20-year-old farmer's daughter, Ms. Choi, from Nansan.
How did they target her?
Kidnapped her from a railway bridge late at night, around 11 p.m. Then, horrific abuse, rape, torture.
And Kim Ji-won, he played a direct role.
He did. He strangled her himself in front of the others, a demonstration, a lesson in brutality.
It's just sickening. And her body?
Buried nearby. Farmers found her later, but the police couldn't connect it to anything. The case went cold.
And the gang just saw her as practice, because she wasn't wealthy.
Exactly. She didn't fit their main ideological target. Then came the second killing, an internal one.
The traitors will be killed, rule in action.
Precisely. An 18-year-old member, he was handling their money. He stole it and ran.
Big mistake.
Huge. They tracked him down, took him somewhere secluded near that incineration plant where they worked, shot him in the head, buried him right there.
Did his family report him missing?
They did. But again, the police didn't link the disappearances. These seemed like isolated incidents at the time.
Okay, so after that, there was a bit of a quiet period. Late 93 into early 94.
Yeah, a brief lull. But things were still happening behind the scenes. There was a strange twist involving the leader, Kim Ji-won.
What happened?
He actually got arrested during this time, but not for the murders.
For what then?
An old rape charge caught up with him. He got a 5-year prison sentence.
So the leader's in jail. Did the gang fall apart?
Not at all. If anything, it seemed to make them angrier. The other members kept visiting him in prison, getting orders.
Their anger just intensified, and they planned the next target to be
more vicious. That was the word.
Which brings us to Lee Ji-soo and her boyfriend, September 8th, 1994.
Right. They were on a date at a motel in Jiang-su, an area known for wealthy visitors. As they left, their car was ambushed. 2 gang vehicles blocked them in.
A planned attack. How did it go down?
Brutally. Her boyfriend was stabbed immediately. Both were beaten, dragged out, blindfolded, tied up.
And taken to the hideout.
Yep. Straight to those awful prison-like underground cells she later described.
But the gang made a mistake here, didn't they? About the boyfriend.
They did. They targeted them because he drove a Hyundai Grande. Big status symbol car back then.
So they assumed he was rich.
Exactly. But he wasn't. He was a musician, bought the car used. No real wealth there.
Did that make them reconsider?
No. Their decision was cold.
Yeah.
You can't turn back now. They decided to kill him anyway.
And then the horror escalated for Lee Ji-soo.
Unimaginably. She was gang raped right there in front of her badly injured boyfriend.
Just awful. But then something shifted slightly. One of the members showed some hesitation.
Ki-hwan, one of the original founders. He actually argued against killing Lee Ji-soo immediately.
Why? What was his reasoning?
He argued she could be useful, maybe lure other genuinely rich victims later. He managed to convince the others to spare her, for now.
But her survival came at a terrible cost, a horrific test.
They forced her boyfriend to drink alcohol. Then they forced her to put a black bag over his head.
Suffocating him.
Yes. And then they put his body in his own car and pushed it off a cliff.
To make it look like a drunk driving accident, the high alcohol level would support that story.
Exactly. A truly gruesome way to cover their tracks and implicate her, even under duress.
So, just a few days later, September 13th, 1994, it's Chuseok, the Korean Thanksgiving.
A major holiday.
Yeah.
The gang targets their next victims, Mr. Cho and Mrs. Park, a middle-aged couple who owned a factory.
Where did they find them?
At a family cemetery, likely paying respects for the holiday. Lee Ji-soo was with the gangs. She actually tried to warn the couple, subtly. Tried to signal them, urge them to run. But they didn't notice, or didn't understand. It was hopeless.
And the attack followed.
Swift and brutal, just like before. Mr. Cho was stabbed. Both were assaulted, kidnapped, transported in that 3-car convoy again.
Scout car, victim's own car following. A practiced routine by now.
And the journey itself was horrific. They were tortured continuously on the way to the hideout.
Just relentless cruelty. Once they got there, what was the demand?
1 billion won. A huge sum.
Did Mr. Cho try to reason with them?
He did. He pleaded for his wife, who was apparently sick, mentioned their children. He even said, I came from nothing too, trying to find some common ground.
But it didn't work. They made him arrange the ransom drop.
Yes. He managed to get 80 million won, and when he contacted his factory manager to arrange it, he tried to signal something was wrong, that it was a kidnapping.
Did the manager go to the police?
He did. But tragically, the police suspected Mr. Cho might be involved in tax evasion or something similar. They dismissed the manager's report.
Oh no. So no help came?
None. The gang got the 80 million won. They were ecstatic.
More money than they'd ever imagined holding. What did they plan to do with it?
Buy more weapons, fantasize about breaking Kim Ji-won out of prison, but then conflict arose within the group again.
About Lee Ji-soo.
Exactly. Some members wanted her dead now, saw her as useless, a liability.
But Kim-han-yang defended her again.
Fiercely. He got into a physical fight with Moon Sang-rak, one of the other founders, defending her right to live. It was apparently quite violent.
He seems to have been the only one with any flicker of conscience, maybe? Or just pragmatism? Hard to tell.
Very hard to tell. But shortly after that, the final act for Mr. Cho and Mrs. Park played out.
What happened?
They were tricked into drinking drugged wine. They passed out.
And then?
Kim Han-yang forced Lee Ji-soo, again under duress, to hold the gun, to pull the trigger, killing both Mr. Cho and Mrs. Park.
Unbelievable cruelty, forcing her to participate. And the aftermath, it got even worse, didn't it? The cannibalism aspect.
Yes. This is where it gets truly gruesome. They dismembered the bodies, and then they roasted some parts, like barbecue, and ate them.
Why? Did they ever explain that?
They admitted it in court, said they believe eating the flesh of the rich would somehow enhance their own power, make them stronger.
It's just beyond comprehension. A total descent into barbarity, fueled by this twisted ideology, shows how far removed from reality they'd become.
Absolutely. Unrepentant, extreme brutality. So with the ransom money, what was their next move?
They bought more weapons, obviously. And they got hold of something else valuable. A list.
A list.
Of 1,200 wealthy Hyundai credit card holders. They bought it from a saleswoman at a Hyundai dealership.
She shared their anti-rich views.
Apparently so. Willing to sell out her customers' data to this gang, they were gearing up for a whole new wave of kidnappings.
But then Lee Ji-soo saw her chance.
How did that happen?
One day, only Kim Han-yang was at the hideout with her. She pretended to be injured, badly, said she needed a hospital.
And he took her.
He did. And at the hospital, something unexpected happened.
What?
He told her she could escape. Just like that. You can go.
Was it a test? Or did he genuinely feel remorse, maybe seeing a way out for her?
It's impossible to know for sure. Maybe a bit of both. Or maybe he just saw the whole thing collapsing. But Lee Ji-soo didn't wait to find out.
She took the chance.
Immediately. Ran from the hospital, flagged down a taxi, and told the driver, "Take me straight to the police station."
Where she finally met Chief Go-Bang-steal again. And this time, her story, combined with everything else, was undeniable.
Exactly. The police finally had everything they needed. They planned the raid.
How did they approach it? Carefully, given the weapons.
Very carefully. They watched the hideout, arrested one member who drove out alone first.
Smart. Minimize the risk.
Then they staged a car accident nearby. A trap.
To lure the others out.
Yes. It worked. Kim Han-yang and Moon Sang-rak came out to see what was going on, and the police nabbed them.
And the rest. Still inside.
They hit the house in a surprise raid. Caught the remaining members completely off guard. It was over.
What did they find inside the hideout? Was it as bad as she described?
Everything she said. Worse, probably. Weapons everywhere. The stench of blood was overwhelming. Clear signs of torture. It was a house of horrors.
Just vindicated everything she'd endured and reported. The trial must have been huge news.
Massive. It was quick, too. November 1st, 1994. All 6 members convicted.
For how many murders in total?
5 confirmed. Miss Choi, the traitor member, Lee Ji-soo's boyfriend, and Mr. Cho and Mrs. Park.
And the sentence?
Death penalty for all 6 of them.
Did they show any remorse at the trial?
Absolutely none. It was chilling. They repeated the cannibalism claims, the belief it gave them power. They even taunted the court.
Taunted them? How?
Said their only regret was that they didn't get to kill more rich people. It was like a final defiant performance of their hate.
Unbelievable. And the court renamed them.
Yes. They became officially known as the Jiang family. Jiang meaning ambition or high ambition. Apparently Mascan didn't really mean anything specific in English. It was just their creation.
Were others charged? The saleswoman?
Yes. The Hyundai saleswoman who gave them the list was arrested, and one member's girlfriend got 4 years for complicity, for helping them in some way.
And Lee Ji-soo. What happened to her legally?
No charges. The court fully recognized her as a victim who acted under extreme duress.
That's some small measure of justice for her, at least. What was the wider impact in South Korea?
It sent shockwaves through the entire country. Profound shock, sadness. It forced politicians to actually talk seriously about social inequality, the root causes.
But it also had a darker legacy, didn't it? Copycats.
Disturbingly, yes. Other groups emerged, like the Mega Family Gang, 9 members also driven by anti-rich ideology mimicking the the Jiang family's methods.
And they were caught, too.
Yes, and also sentenced to death. They showed this wasn't just a one-off explosion of violence, but tapped into a vein of resentment that others latched onto. It really is a stark reminder, isn't it? How these extreme ideas born from real or perceived grievances in society can just spiral into unimaginable hatred and violence.
It absolutely compels you to think about how societies handle deep inequality and what happens when empathy just breaks down completely, replaced by these radical, destructive solutions.
The potential consequences are just devastating. It really underscores why dialogue and addressing those root issues constructively is so vital.
Definitely food for thought. A very dark chapter.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into a case that unfortunately still resonates today with some unsettling lessons.
And we really do encourage you, our listeners, to think critically about the forces, social, historical, that can fuel such acts, and why finding constructive ways forward is so important.
Until next time, please take care. And if you found this deep dive compelling, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to Horror Docs. We appreciate your support.